Have you ever felt the weight of your own attachments dragging you down? Imagine waking up each day unburdened by the emotional baggage of clinging to people, possessions, or past experiences. The philosophy of detachment offers a pathway to liberation, urging us to embrace life in its purest form without the constraints of attachment. In a world that constantly pulls us in different directions, understanding how to live fully in the present moment is not just a luxury, it's a necessity for our mental and emotional well-being. Attachment can manifest in many forms, be it a relationship that has long outlived its purpose, a job that no longer fulfills you, or even the relentless pursuit of material possessions. These attachments often create a false sense of security, leading us to believe that our happiness is tied to external factors. However, this mindset can trap us in cycles of disappointment and anxiety. By learning to let go, we can cultivate a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment that is rooted in the present rather than in the past or future. The philosophy of detachment invites us to recognize that true happiness is an internal state, one that can flourish when we stop clinging to what no longer serves us. The urgency to adopt this mindset is more relevant now than ever. In an era characterized by rapid change and uncertainty, the ability to adapt and thrive without attachment is a powerful skill. Imagine navigating life's challenges with resilience, free from the fear of loss or change. By embracing the philosophy of living in the now, you not only enhance your emotional intelligence, but also empower yourself to make choices aligned with your true values and aspirations. This shift in perspective can lead to profound personal growth, fostering relationships that are based on mutual respect and genuine connection rather than dependency. Moreover, learning to detach doesn't mean abandoning love or care. Rather, it's about fostering healthier relationships. When we cling to others out of fear or insecurity, we often stifle their growth and our own. By practicing detachment, we create space for authentic connections that allow both parties to flourish. This philosophy encourages us to appreciate relationships for what they are in the moment, without the need to hold on tightly. As a result, we can experience deeper, more meaningful interactions that enrich our lives without the burden of expectation or fear. The journey toward detachment is not without its challenges, but the rewards are undeniably transformative. Imagine cultivating a life where you are no longer defined by your possessions or relationships, where your happiness is self-generated and resilient. This is not just a dream. It's a reality that can be achieved through conscious effort and philosophical understanding. By embracing the present and letting go of attachments, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities, creativity, and joy that you may have never thought possible. In essence, the call to live without attachments is an invitation to reclaim your life. It's about finding freedom in the present moment and allowing yourself to thrive without the constraints of clinging. The journey may be challenging, but the rewards, inner peace, authentic relationships, and a deeper understanding of yourself are well worth the effort. Are you ready to embark on this transformative path? The time to act is now. In a world increasingly characterized by rapid change and uncertainty, the struggle with attachments has become a pressing concern for many individuals. People often find themselves clinging to relationships, possessions, or even past experiences, believing that these attachments define their happiness and identity. This reliance can lead to a cycle of suffering, as the fear of loss or change creates anxiety and distress. The philosophical exploration of attachment invites us to examine the roots of our dependencies and encourages a shift towards living in the present moment. By understanding the nature of attachments, we can begin to navigate life with greater freedom and resilience. The philosophical underpinnings of attachment can be traced back to various schools of thought, from Eastern philosophies like Buddhism to Western existentialism. In Buddhism, attachment is seen as a primary source of suffering, as it ties individuals to desires that are ultimately impermanent. The Buddha taught that clinging to anything, whether it be material possessions, relationships, or even self-identity, leads to dissatisfaction. This perspective encourages individuals to cultivate mindfulness and awareness, allowing them to appreciate the present moment without the burden of attachment. In contrast, Western existentialists emphasize the importance of individual freedom and authenticity, arguing that true fulfillment comes from embracing the transient nature of existence rather than clinging to fixed notions of self or happiness. A common challenge many face is the fear of letting go. This fear can manifest in various ways, such as staying in unhealthy relationships, accumulating unnecessary possessions, or harboring regrets about the past. For instance, consider someone who holds on to a job that no longer brings joy, simply because it provides a sense of security. This attachment can prevent them from pursuing new opportunities that might lead to personal growth and fulfillment. By recognizing and addressing these attachments, individuals can begin to liberate themselves from the constraints that hold them back. The need for this liberation is evident in the rising levels of anxiety and dissatisfaction reported across various demographics, highlighting a widespread yearning for a more meaningful existence. To address the problem of attachment, it is essential to cultivate practices that promote mindfulness and presence. Techniques such as meditation, journaling, and self-reflection can aid individuals in identifying their attachments and understanding their origins. For example, a simple meditation practice can help individuals observe their thoughts and feelings without judgment, fostering a sense of detachment from them. Visual aids such as diagrams illustrating the cycle of attachment and suffering can also enhance understanding and engagement with these concepts. By actively engaging with these practices, individuals can learn to appreciate the beauty of the present moment, reducing their reliance on external factors for happiness. Ultimately, the journey towards living a life free from debilitating attachments is not merely about letting go, it is about embracing a new way of being. By understanding the philosophical implications of attachment and actively working to cultivate a mindset of presence, individuals can transform their lives. This transformation is not only beneficial on a personal level, but also contributes to a more harmonious society, where individuals are less burdened by their dependencies and more open to authentic connections with others. Addressing the need for a deeper understanding of attachment can lead to profound changes, enabling individuals to live life fully in the present, unencumbered by the weight of what they cling to. Embrace the power of living in the moment by letting go of attachments, as highlighted in 12 Do Not Suffer from Attachments. Your journey is unique, and we want to hear about it. Join the community in the comments below to share your experiences, ask questions, and connect with others. Your feedback is invaluable, and your participation enriches our collective learning. Let's grow together. Subscribe now and take the next step toward a more liberated life. Understanding the concept of non-attachment is pivotal in navigating the complexities of life. Non-attachment does not imply a lack of care or love. Rather, it encourages a deeper appreciation for the present moment without being weighed down by past experiences or future expectations. The philosophy of non-attachment invites individuals to recognize that clinging to people, possessions, or outcomes can lead to suffering. This perspective is rooted in various philosophical traditions, including Buddhism, which teaches that attachment is a primary source of human suffering. By fostering a mindset of non-attachment, one can cultivate resilience, adaptability, and a greater sense of peace. To begin applying non-attachment in daily life, one can start by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages individuals to be fully present, acknowledging thoughts and feelings without judgment. For example, during a challenging conversation with a friend, instead of fixating on the outcome or fearing the potential loss of the relationship, one can focus on the interaction itself. By actively listening and engaging in the moment, individuals can foster a deeper connection without the burden of attachment. This approach not only enhances relationships, but also reduces anxiety, as it shifts the focus from what one stands to lose to what one can experience in the here and now. Another practical step is to evaluate personal possessions and relationships through the lens of necessity and joy. Consider the items that occupy your space. Do they serve a purpose or bring you joy? If not, it may be time to let go. Similarly, assess relationships. Do they contribute positively to your life, or do they create stress and obligation? For instance, if a friendship feels more like a burden than a source of support, it may be beneficial to redefine the boundaries or, in some cases, allow the relationship to fade. This does not mean abandoning people, but rather recognizing that not all connections are meant to last. By consciously choosing what to keep in your life, you can create an environment that fosters growth and happiness. Embracing change is another critical aspect of non-attachment. Life is inherently transient, and resisting change can lead to frustration and despair. A practical example can be found in career transitions. Many individuals cling to their current jobs out of fear of the unknown even when they feel unfulfilled. By adopting a non-attached mindset, one can view job changes as opportunities for growth rather than losses. This perspective encourages exploration and adaptability, making it easier to embrace new roles or paths. Understanding that each experience, whether perceived as positive or negative, contributes to personal development, can alleviate the fear associated with change. Lastly, cultivating gratitude can significantly enhance the practice of non-attachment. By focusing on what one has rather than what one lacks, it becomes easier to appreciate the present moment. For instance, during a difficult period, reflecting on the support of friends or the beauty of nature can shift the focus away from feelings of loss or longing. Keeping a gratitude journal where one notes daily blessings can reinforce this mindset. Over time, this practice fosters a sense of abundance that diminishes the impulse to cling to specific outcomes or relationships. In summary, understanding and applying the philosophy of non-attachment involves embracing mindfulness, evaluating relationships and possessions, accepting change, and cultivating gratitude. By integrating these practices into daily life, individuals can learn to live more fully in the present, free from the burdens of attachment, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and peaceful existence. In today's fast-paced world, the struggle with attachment is more pronounced than ever. The rise of social media and digital communication has created an environment where people are constantly bombarded with images and narratives that foster attachment to material possessions, relationships, and even ideologies. This phenomenon has led to an increase in anxiety, dissatisfaction, and a pervasive sense of emptiness among individuals. Understanding the principle of "do not suffer from attachments, learn to live life now" is not just a philosophical exercise, it is a vital tool for navigating the complexities of modern existence. The urgency to grasp this concept stems from the pressing need to cultivate mental resilience and emotional well-being in an era marked by uncertainty and rapid change. The core problem lies in the pervasive culture of clinging, whether to people, status, or possessions. This attachment often creates a false sense of security, leading individuals to believe that happiness is contingent upon external factors. For example, many people find themselves trapped in toxic relationships, fearing the loneliness that might accompany a breakup. Similarly, the relentless pursuit of success and material wealth can lead to burnout and dissatisfaction, as individuals realize that these achievements do not fill the void within. This gap in understanding, where individuals equate their self-worth with their attachments, creates a cycle of suffering that is difficult to escape. By learning to let go of these attachments, individuals can reclaim their agency and focus on living in the present, a skill that is increasingly critical in a world that often prioritizes the superficial over the substantive. Moreover, the recent global events, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, have further underscored the fragility of life and the impermanence of circumstances. Many have experienced loss, whether it be the loss of loved ones, jobs, or a sense of normalcy. These experiences have prompted a re-evaluation of what truly matters, highlighting the importance of embracing the present moment rather than clinging to the past or fearing the future. The pandemic has served as a stark reminder that attachments can become sources of suffering, as the inability to let go can lead to prolonged grief and anxiety. This shift in perspective makes the exploration of non-attachment not only relevant, but essential for fostering resilience and adaptability in the face of life's uncertainties. Furthermore, the current mental health crisis, exacerbated by the pressures of modern life, necessitates a deeper understanding of attachment and its impact on well-being. Individuals are increasingly seeking ways to manage stress and cultivate inner peace, making the teachings around non-attachment particularly valuable. Mindfulness practices, which emphasize living in the moment and letting go of attachments, are gaining traction as effective tools for enhancing mental health. By addressing the challenge of attachment, individuals can develop healthier relationships with themselves and others, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. In conclusion, the urgency to understand the principle of "do not suffer from attachments, learn to live life now" is underscored by the current cultural landscape, marked by anxiety, loss, and a quest for deeper meaning. The challenge lies in overcoming the ingrained belief that our happiness is tied to external factors. By embracing non-attachment, individuals can cultivate resilience, enhance their mental well-being, and ultimately lead more enriched lives. This understanding is not merely philosophical, it is a critical response to the pressing needs of our time. The concept of attachment, particularly in the context of philosophy, invites deep reflection on the nature of human existence and the pursuit of happiness. Attachment refers to the emotional bonds we form with people, objects, or ideas. While these connections can enrich our lives, they can also lead to suffering when they become excessive or unhealthy. Philosophers like Buddha and Stoics have emphasized the importance of detachment as a means to achieve inner peace and clarity. The challenge lies in balancing our natural inclinations to form attachments with the wisdom of recognizing their impermanence. To understand the implications of attachment, consider the idea of impermanence. Everything in life is transient: relationships, possessions, and even our emotions. For example, a cherished possession may bring joy, but its loss can lead to deep sorrow. Recognizing this impermanence helps cultivate a mindset that values experiences over material possessions. Instead of clinging to what we have, we can learn to appreciate the present moment. This perspective aligns with the philosophical teachings of mindfulness, which encourage living in the now rather than being preoccupied with the past or future. One practical approach to overcoming attachment is through the practice of gratitude. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we shift our mindset from one of longing to one of appreciation. For instance, instead of fixating on a relationship that has ended, reflecting on the positive experiences shared can foster a sense of closure and acceptance. This shift not only alleviates suffering, but also opens the door to new opportunities and connections. In this way, gratitude serves as a powerful antidote to attachment. Another key concept is the idea of self-identity and how it is often intertwined with our attachments. Many individuals define themselves through their relationships, careers, or possessions. This can create a fragile sense of self that is easily shaken by loss or change. Philosophers like Søren Kierkegaard have argued that true self-understanding comes from within, rather than from external sources. By cultivating a strong sense of self that is independent of attachments, individuals can navigate life's challenges with resilience. This self-awareness fosters a deeper understanding of one's values and priorities, leading to more authentic and fulfilling experiences. The Stoic philosophy further reinforces the importance of emotional resilience in the face of attachment. Stoics advocate for the practice of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. By focusing on our responses to situations rather than the situations themselves, we can reduce the emotional turmoil that often accompanies attachment. For instance, if a friend moves away instead of dwelling on the loss, a Stoic approach would encourage one to cherish the memories and remain open to new friendships. This mindset cultivates emotional strength and a greater appreciation for life's ebb and flow. In conclusion, the journey toward living a life free from the suffering of attachment involves a multifaceted approach. Embracing impermanence, practicing gratitude, understanding self-identity, and adopting Stoic principles can significantly enhance one's quality of life. By letting go of clinging behaviors, individuals can experience a profound sense of freedom and joy in the present moment. Reflecting on these concepts not only invites personal growth, but also encourages a broader understanding of the human experience, fostering connections that are rooted in appreciation rather than possession. The philosophical concept of detachment, particularly the idea of not clinging to anything or anyone, can be transformative in everyday life. Practicing detachment allows individuals to experience life more fully, free from the burdens of attachment that often lead to suffering. One practical application of this philosophy is in personal relationships. For instance, consider a situation where someone is overly attached to a partner. This attachment might lead to anxiety about the relationship's future, resulting in possessiveness or jealousy. By embracing detachment, the individual can cultivate a healthier relationship dynamic. They can appreciate their partner's presence without the fear of losing them, fostering an environment of trust and open communication. This shift not only enhances personal well-being, but also strengthens the bond between partners. In the professional realm, the principle of non-attachment can be equally beneficial. Many individuals become overly invested in their jobs, leading to burnout when faced with challenges or setbacks. For example, an employee who identifies their self-worth solely through their job title may feel devastated by a demotion. By practicing detachment, they can separate their identity from their professional role, allowing them to approach their work with a renewed perspective. This mindset enables them to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than personal failures. Consequently, they can navigate their career path with resilience and adaptability, making decisions that align with their values rather than fear of loss. Another area where the philosophy of non-attachment can be applied is in the realm of material possessions. Society often equates happiness with ownership, leading to a cycle of consumerism that leaves individuals feeling unfulfilled. For example, someone might feel they need the latest smartphone to be happy. However, by adopting a mindset of detachment from material goods, they can find contentment in experiences rather than possessions. This shift can lead to a more fulfilling life, where time spent with loved ones or engaging in hobbies takes precedence over acquiring new items. Practicing gratitude for what one already has can further reinforce this mindset, fostering a sense of abundance that transcends material wealth. Despite the benefits of detachment, challenges can arise when attempting to implement this philosophy. Emotional attachments, particularly to loved ones, can be deeply ingrained and difficult to navigate. To overcome this, individuals can practice mindfulness and self-reflection. By regularly assessing their emotional responses and recognizing when attachment is causing distress, they can begin to cultivate a more balanced perspective. Journaling can be an effective tool in this process, allowing individuals to explore their feelings and track their progress in letting go of unhealthy attachments. Additionally, it is essential to recognize that detachment does not mean a lack of care or commitment. It is about fostering a sense of inner peace and autonomy while still engaging meaningfully with others. To illustrate, a parent can love their child deeply without clinging to the outcome of their life choices. By supporting their child's independence and allowing them to make their own decisions, the parent not only promotes growth, but also alleviates their own anxiety regarding the child's future. In summary, the philosophy of non-attachment offers practical strategies for enhancing personal well-being across various aspects of life. By applying these principles in relationships, careers, and material possessions, individuals can cultivate a greater sense of freedom and fulfillment. While challenges may arise, employing mindfulness and self-reflection can help navigate the complexities of attachment. Ultimately, learning to live in the present and appreciate life as it unfolds can lead to a more enriched and meaningful existence. The philosophical concept of non-attachment, rooted in various traditions such as Buddhism and Stoicism, emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment and releasing the grip on external possessions and relationships. This principle can be practically applied in modern life through mindfulness practices and cognitive reframing. Mindfulness encourages individuals to observe their thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing them to recognize when attachment arises. For instance, a person may feel a strong attachment to a job title or material possessions, which can lead to anxiety and dissatisfaction. By practicing mindfulness, they can learn to appreciate the transient nature of these elements, fostering a sense of freedom. Cognitive reframing further aids this process by shifting one's perspective. Instead of viewing a job loss as a catastrophe, it can be seen as an opportunity for growth and exploration of new paths. This shift not only alleviates suffering, but also enhances resilience and adaptability. Real-world case studies illustrate the power of non-attachment in action. Consider the story of a successful entrepreneur who faced bankruptcy after a market crash. Initially devastated, they embraced the philosophy of non-attachment, recognizing that their self-worth was not tied to their financial status. Through meditation and reflection, they reframed their situation, focusing on the lessons learned rather than the losses incurred. This mindset shift enabled them to pivot, launching a new venture that not only succeeded, but also aligned more closely with their values. Similarly, a study conducted by psychologist Dr. Susan David highlights the importance of emotional agility, the ability to navigate life's challenges with a flexible mindset. Participants who practiced non-attachment reported lower levels of stress and greater overall well-being, illustrating that letting go can lead to profound personal transformation. As these examples demonstrate, The journey towards non-attachment culminates in a deeper understanding of oneself and the world. By integrating mindfulness and cognitive reframing into daily life, individuals can cultivate a sense of peace and fulfillment that transcends external circumstances. This philosophical approach not only alleviates suffering but also fosters a more authentic existence, where joy and contentment arise from within rather than from external validation. Ultimately, embracing non-attachment serves as a powerful strategy for navigating the complexities of modern life, leading to a more liberated and enriched experience. The notion of detachment from attachments, as emphasized in various philosophical traditions, resonates deeply with contemporary psychological practices and personal well-being. Philosophers like Stoics, Buddhists, and existentialists have long advocated for the importance of living in the present and minimizing clinging to transient aspects of life. This concept finds support in modern psychological research, which indicates that excessive attachment can lead to anxiety, depression, and dissatisfaction. A study published in the journal Emotion revealed that individuals who practice non-attachment experience lower levels of stress and greater emotional resilience, suggesting that letting go of rigid attachments can significantly enhance one's quality of life. Real-world implications of understanding this philosophy can be seen in the realm of mental health. For instance, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, often emphasizes the importance of recognizing and adjusting maladaptive attachments to thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. A 2019 meta-analysis in Psychological Bulletin found that CBT effectively reduces symptoms of anxiety and depression by helping individuals reframe their emotional attachments. This therapeutic approach aligns with the philosophical stance that clinging to negative thoughts or past experiences can hinder personal growth and happiness. By learning to live in the present and not clinging to past grievances, individuals can cultivate a healthier mental state. Anecdotal evidence further illustrates the transformative power of detachment. Consider the story of a young professional who was deeply attached to her job title and the validation it provided. After facing unexpected layoffs, she initially struggled with feelings of loss and identity crisis. However, through mindfulness practices and philosophical reflection, she learned to detach her self-worth from her job. This shift allowed her to explore new opportunities and ultimately led to a more fulfilling career path. Her experience underscores the potential for personal growth when one learns to let go of rigid attachments, which can often be a source of suffering. Statistics also highlight the societal implications of attachment. The American Psychological Association reports that nearly 75% of adults experience significant stress related to work, relationships, and financial pressures. These stressors often stem from clinging to expectations and societal norms. By embracing a philosophy of non-attachment, individuals can mitigate these stressors, leading to improved mental health outcomes. For example, organizations that promote work-life balance and encourage employees to detach from work outside of office hours report higher employee satisfaction and productivity levels. Moreover, the concept of non-attachment is increasingly relevant in the context of consumerism. With the rise of minimalism, many individuals are rejecting the notion that happiness is tied to material possessions. A survey conducted by the Minimalism Project found that 90% of participants reported feeling less stressed and more fulfilled after decluttering their lives. This movement aligns with the philosophical perspective that true contentment comes from within, rather than from external sources. By learning to detach from material desires, individuals can focus on what truly matters: relationships, experiences, and personal growth. In summary, the exploration of non-attachment within philosophical frameworks offers valuable insights into modern life. By understanding the implications of letting go of rigid attachments, individuals can cultivate a more fulfilling existence. The convergence of ancient wisdom and contemporary psychological research highlights the importance of living in the present and appreciating life as it unfolds. This approach not only enhances personal well-being, but also fosters a healthier society, where individuals prioritize meaningful connections over transient possessions and status. The concept of attachment, especially in the realm of philosophy, invites us to explore the delicate balance between connection and dependence. Many philosophical traditions, including Buddhism and Stoicism, emphasize the dangers of clinging to people, possessions, or even ideas. This is not about advocating for a life devoid of relationships or passions. Rather, it's about cultivating a mindset that allows for appreciation without the weight of attachment. When we cling too tightly, we risk suffering when those attachments are threatened or lost. Experts argue that this suffering can be mitigated by fostering a sense of impermanence. For example, Buddhist philosophy teaches that everything is transient, and recognizing this can help us embrace life in the present moment, free from the burdens of what we cannot control. Addressing the doubts surrounding attachment involves understanding its dual nature. On one hand, attachments can enrich our lives, providing joy and a sense of belonging. On the other hand, when these attachments become the foundation of our happiness, we create a precarious situation. Research indicates that people who practice non-attachment often report higher levels of emotional resilience. This resilience allows individuals to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease. A study published in the Journal of Happiness Studies found that those who engage in mindfulness practices, which encourage living in the moment and letting go of attachments, experience a 30% increase in overall life satisfaction. This statistic highlights the tangible benefits of adopting a non-attachment philosophy. Living life now without clinging to anything or anyone encourages a more profound engagement with the present. Philosophers like Alan Watts have articulated that when we stop fixating on what we lack or what we fear losing, we open ourselves up to a richer experience of life. It's about shifting our focus from the external to the internal, recognizing that true fulfillment comes from within. For instance, consider how often we find ourselves preoccupied with past regrets or future anxieties. By practicing mindfulness and gratitude, we can redirect our attention to the here and now, fostering a sense of peace that is not contingent on external circumstances. Moreover, it's essential to recognize that letting go of attachments doesn't mean we stop caring. It's about caring deeply while maintaining a healthy distance. This can be illustrated through the lens of relationships. Loving someone doesn't require possession. In fact, many philosophical teachings suggest that the most profound love is one that allows the other person the freedom to be themselves. This perspective not only enhances the quality of our relationships, but also promotes personal growth. By encouraging each other to flourish independently, we create a supportive environment where both individuals can thrive without the weight of expectation or dependency. In conclusion, embracing a philosophy of non-attachment invites us to live fully in the present while appreciating the transient nature of life. By addressing the questions and doubts surrounding attachment, we can cultivate a mindset that fosters resilience, joy, and deeper connections. The journey toward living without clinging is not just a philosophical exercise, it's a practical approach to enhancing our well-being. As we learn to let go, we discover that life, in all its impermanence, is a beautiful tapestry of experiences waiting to be embraced. Embracing the philosophy of letting go of attachments is a transformative journey that can profoundly impact your life. The core idea here is to cultivate an awareness of the present moment, freeing yourself from the burdens of clinging to people, possessions, or outcomes. This practice encourages a mindset that values experiences over materialism and fosters emotional resilience. By understanding that everything is transient, you can shift your focus from what you lack to appreciating what you have right now. This shift not only enhances your emotional well-being, but also opens the door to deeper connections with others, as you learn to appreciate relationships without the weight of expectation or dependency. To apply these insights effectively, start by identifying areas in your life where you feel overly attached. Reflect on the emotions tied to these attachments. Are they rooted in fear, insecurity, or a desire for control? Once you recognize these patterns, begin to practice mindfulness. Engage in daily meditation or journaling to cultivate a deeper awareness of your thoughts and feelings. This practice will help you detach from the emotional baggage associated with your attachments, allowing you to experience life more fully. Additionally, consider adopting a minimalist approach to your possessions. By decluttering your physical space, you can create a more serene environment that mirrors your internal state of being. This physical act of letting go can serve as a powerful metaphor for emotional release. Another actionable step is to challenge your beliefs about relationships. Instead of viewing them as sources of validation or security, start to see them as opportunities for mutual growth and support. Engage with loved ones openly. expressing gratitude for their presence, while also recognizing that your happiness does not solely depend on them. This perspective fosters healthier relationships and encourages a sense of independence. Moreover, invest time in self-discovery and personal growth. Explore new interests, develop skills, or pursue passions that resonate with your authentic self. By doing so, you cultivate a sense of self-worth that is intrinsic, rather than reliant on external validation. Engaging with philosophical texts or communities can further enrich your understanding of these concepts. Delve into the works of thinkers who emphasize the importance of living in the present and the impermanence of life. Join discussions or workshops that focus on mindfulness, acceptance, and the art of letting go. These interactions can provide support, deepen your insights, and inspire you to stay committed to your journey. Remember, the path to detachment is not about becoming indifferent. It's about fostering a loving presence that allows you to engage with life fully without being weighed down by attachments. As you embark on this journey, remember that the benefits of applying these insights are manifold. You will experience increased emotional freedom, improved relationships, and a greater appreciation for life's fleeting moments. The more you practice letting go, the more you will find joy in the present. Take the first step today. Reflect, meditate, and engage with others who share your desire for growth. Embrace the philosophy of living life now, and watch as your world transforms into a more vibrant, fulfilling experience. The time to act is now. Let go of what no longer serves you, and open yourself to the beauty of the present moment. The essence of living a fulfilling life lies in our ability to navigate the delicate balance between attachment and detachment. Philosophers throughout history have emphasized the importance of recognizing the impermanence of all things. From the teachings of Buddhism, which advocate for the release of desires, to Stoic principles that encourage us to focus on what we can control, the wisdom is clear. Clinging to people, possessions, or even ideas can lead to suffering. When we learn to embrace the present moment and appreciate life as it unfolds, we liberate ourselves from the burdens of expectation and disappointment. This shift in perspective invites us to engage deeply with our experiences, fostering a sense of gratitude and presence that enriches our daily lives. As we reflect on the notion of letting go, we are called to explore the deeper implications of our attachments. What do they reveal about our fears, insecurities, and desires? By examining these connections, we can cultivate a greater understanding of ourselves and our motivations. This journey of self-discovery encourages us to redefine our relationships, not just with others, but with ourselves. It challenges us to ask, what does it mean to love without clinging? How can we support and cherish those we care for while allowing them the freedom to grow and change? The answers to these questions lie in our willingness to practice mindfulness and embrace the fluidity of life. As we continue to engage with these philosophical inquiries, we not only foster resilience, but also open ourselves to a more profound sense of connection and fulfillment. In a world that often promotes the accumulation of material wealth and the pursuit of status, the call to live in the now and to detach from unhealthy attachments serves as a powerful reminder of what truly matters. Life is a series of moments, each one unique and fleeting. By choosing to fully inhabit each experience without the weight of expectations, we can find joy in the simplest of things: a shared laugh, a breathtaking sunset, or a moment of silence. Let us carry this insight into our daily lives, encouraging ourselves and those around us to embrace the present with open hearts and minds. Ultimately, the path to true freedom lies not in what we possess, but in our ability to let go, to trust the flow of life, and to cherish each moment as it comes. In this dance of existence, may we find the courage to release our attachments and the wisdom to live fully and authentically. Embrace the now, for it is in this very moment that life unfolds its greatest gifts.